Today's lesson is Intro to Rational Expressions. A rational expression is a quotient of two polynomials. So here's an example, 4x to the 7th over x plus 2. It looks a lot like what we were working with last week when we were talking about polynomial division. But for this lesson, for this week, we are concerned about values of x, and really more specifically, what values can x not be? And so we're looking for the values of x that will make this expression undefined. So remember, the denominator of any fraction cannot equal 0. That makes it undefined. So for this example, 4x to the 7th over x plus 2, x cannot equal negative 2 because negative 2 plus 2 would be 0. And that would make the denominator equal to 0, and that makes the whole fraction undefined. So we are concerned with what are those values that will make the rational expression undefined. So here's our first example. Find the value of x that would make 5x over x plus 7 undefined. So I'm just going to follow a couple simple steps. The first one is to set the denominator not equal to 0. So x plus 7 is not equal to 0. All right, I'm going to solve it just like if that were an equal sign. So I want to get x all by itself. So to do that, I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. And I'm going to simplify, and I'm left with x is not equal to negative 7. So negative 7 is the value that would make that rational expression undefined, because negative 7 plus 7 is 0. Example 2. Find the value of x that would make x plus 6 over 2x minus 4 undefined. So again, I'm going to set that denominator of 2x minus 4 not equal to 0, because I don't want it to equal 0. I'm going to solve just like I would if it were an equal sign. So the first thing I have to do is add 4 to both sides. And I simplify, and I get 2x not equal to 4. And then I need to get rid of that 2, so I divide by 2. And I simplify again, and I get x not equal to 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. So I have x not equal to 2. And let's think about that. If I plug in 2 for x in the denominator, I get 2 times 2, which is 4, minus 4 is 0, and I can't have 0 in the denominator. The numerator, it doesn't matter. It can be 0. That doesn't matter at all. But we cannot have the denominator be 0 because you cannot divide by 0. Example 3. Find the value of x that would make 5x minus 7 over x plus 6 undefined. Again, set the denominator not equal to 0. So x plus 6 not equal to 0. Solve. So I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides, and then I'm going to simplify, and I get x is not equal to negative 6, because on the left hand side the 6 and negative 6 canceled, and then 0 minus 6 is negative 6. And I can just plug that in, negative 6 plus 6 up on the top, or in the denominator in the original problem. It would be negative 6 plus 6, which would be 0, and that is undefined. And example 4. Find the value of x that would make 2x minus 1 over 5x plus 10 undefined. So again, set the denominator, 5x plus 10 not equal to 0. And I'm going to solve. So the first thing I'm going to do is subtract 10 from both sides. And I end up with 5x not equal to negative 10. Then I'm going to divide by 5 to get rid of that 5 in front of the x. And 5 divided by 5 is 1, so I get 1x. Negative 10 divided by 5 is negative 2, so x is not equal to negative 2. Plug that into our original denominator. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. Negative 10 plus 10 gives me 0, and I can't have 0. So x cannot equal -2. So it's your turn to practice this. There is an ALEKS assignment that has 10 questions like this. I'm only giving you one assignment this week, and I'll give you one assignment next week, and we'll be done for the year. So please log in and get those 10 questions finished. Remember that if you have any missing work, you can still do that. I have the late assignment. I've assigned it to be able to accept late assignments up through noon on June 11th. That's our last day of school, and everything has to be done by noon on the last day of school, June 11th. So anything that you have missing, you can still log in and do. So please get those done, and stay safe, stay healthy, and there will be another lesson next week. Have a good day.